A printing shop is a small-sized business offering a variety of print and copy service ranging from books, labels, postcards, and more. In addition, most printing shops offer additional printing-related service such as binding, finishing, and pre-press. Most of the employees who work in the printing shop are responsible in performing printing requests from customers as well as assemble, staple, and wrapping the printed material after. Also, they are required to operate multiple machineries such as printer, copier, and binding machine. If one of these machines had any problem, the employees are required to troubleshoot issues and make basic repairs to the machine. There are three types of hazards that are commonly identified in the business of printing, which are physical, chemical, and ergonomic hazard. Physical hazards are usually the factors or conditions within the environment that can harm the body without actually contacting with it. For example, heat, noise, and vibration. Next is the chemical hazard, which present when a worker is exposed to any chemical preparation in any form, whether solid, liquid, or gas. For example, ink, dust, and cleaning solvent. The third hazard is the ergonomic hazard, which occurs when the type of work, body position, and working condition put strain on the body. For example, frequent lifting, awkward posture, and repetitive motion. Among all the physical hazards, noise is the most commonly identified in printing shops since machines used tend to produce loud noise when being operated, especially when they are being operated simultaneously. In addition, for a shop that has been in the business in a long term, the machine can be old and poorly maintained after frequent use. According to the Occupational Safety and Health Regulation, the recommended exposure limit for noise is at 85 decibel. However, the noise level from the machine can sometimes exceed this limit. Long-term exposure to noise can lead to temporary hearing loss or tinnitus. Tinnitus is when people experience ringing or other noise in one or both of their ears. Other than that, it can also lead to high blood pressure, headache, and stress and annoyance.
Chemical hazards are commonly associated with business of printing. Usually, chemicals are known to be exposed to employees in three ways, which are through the inhalation of vapors and mist from the chemicals, contact with the chemicals, and through the ingestion of the chemicals. During recent years, employees who are involved in printing have been reported to be diagnosed with various health problems. These health problems include the diseases of neurological and neuropsychiatric disorders, mucous membrane irritation, dermatitis, and even cancer. Solvents, which are used in printing, usually mixtures of various types of chemicals rather than a single substance. Many of these substances are proprietary prepared formulations, and their chemical constituents are not always prominently labeled on their original containers, and that may be the cause of the hazards.
Meanwhile, ergonomic hazard is any factor in the workplace that may cause injury or health issues, such as musculoskeletal injuries. Objects, environments, and systems are the three primary types of ergonomic hazards that can result in poor posture or uncomfortable working conditions. For example, the printing workers may have awkward posture during the printing and editing the material, repetitive motion, and heavy lifting of the pile of papers.
The implementation of steps that help to decrease or eliminate the risk of a person being exposed to a hazard is known as risk control. Once hazardous conditions have been identified, there is a systematic approach to minimize the potential hazard, which include elimination, substitution, engineering control, administrative control, and personal protective equipment. All these measures may have significant impact on the well-being of the employees due to reduction of possible hazard exposure. Noise hazard can be addressed in several ways with the aim to reduce noise from the sources. The best control measure is by replacing the old noisy machine with the less noisy ones. This measure will not only can reduce the noise but also can ensure the printing process running smoothly. Other than that, the employees also can use isolation measure by separating the machinery area with some barrier or partition. This is one method that a little engineering combined with a little capital can help to reduce or completely eliminate the noise hazard.
The control of substances hazardous to health regulations or kosher regulation mandates that companies take adequate measures to limit employee exposure to substances that are harmful to their health. Therefore, there are several ways to accomplish this. This including educating the employee on the potential risks associated with the toxic chemical they are working with and providing them with the appropriate training. The implementation of hazard communications in printing business is also crucial in protecting the employee's safety and health. Besides, substituting the chemicals to less toxic or non-toxic to the extent possible. For instance, using water and plant or bio-based products such as soy-based ink, which are less toxic than petroleum-based products. Many industries have successfully adopted the ergonomic solutions in their buildings to reduce the risk of MSD injuries to their employees. These interventions have included alterations to current machinery, adjustment to work procedures, and the acquisition of new tools or other production aiding gadgets.